How we doing, everyone? Sam here, United People's TV, live match reaction after Man United have just beaten Man City 2-0 out in the pre-season tour. 3 wins out of 3. And I tell you what, I really enjoyed watching that game from start to finish, I suppose. Man United really had a stronghold on that match. It was Man City's first game of the pre-season, and I think you could see that. But let's talk about the goal, the first goal straight away, and just the overall performance of Romelu Lukaku. Beast mode activated. That was a fantastic goal that he scored. Long ball knocked over the top. He beat Edison to the ball, nodded it past him. Decent first touch, even better second. Outrageously good finish from a tight angle. So much has been said about Romelu Lukaku's first touch and about his finishing, I suppose, and that it's sometimes a bit clumsy. That was far from clumsy, and his overall performance was full of power and of conviction. Smashed the crossbar, that's probably still rattling. He got a goal that was offside. Just his all-round play. You know, he's not just this big, brawly target man that you knock the ball up to. He likes runs in behind. So many times he turned his defenders today, and he just made the right runs. And that was the first real performance that I've seen from Romelu Lukaku in this. I suppose he's only played a little bit in the pre-season tour, but that's by far and away the best he has played. Marcus Rashford again with another clinical finish. The kid has clearly been working on his finishing. Scored a cracker against LA Galaxy to start off the pre-season tour. And tonight again, he just opened his body up, found the corner perfectly. That's what you need from Rashford. That's what you need from a finisher. And it looks like he can be that sort of finisher for Man United this season. But somebody who ran the game was Paul Pogba. You know, Lukaku was up there, he got the goal, Rashford got the goal, but Pogba was the orchestrator in the middle, the man with the fiddle, just playing it the whole game. And that bit at the end there where he had Mangala dancing on the sideline sort of reminded me of Ronaldo when we were beating Arsenal at Old Trafford and he started doing stepovers and Arsenal were getting pissed off. Pogba today looked like the boss in midfield, running the show. But I think if there's one criticism, it's not a criticism, but just an observation that I've seen from today. Not that we didn't know it already, but my God, Man United need a defensive midfielder. We need somebody to sit there when we're in attack, somebody who's there to stop the counter-attacks. When we're in defence, somebody to win the ball back and start those attacks. We need Paul Pogba receiving the ball further up the pitch and Ander Herrera also doing that. I don't want either of those to be tasked with winning the ball back in defence. It's not their job. That's not where you're going to get the most out of them. Defensively, you're looking an okay performance from everybody. There wasn't really any... Chris Smalling had a bit of a mare at one point. But overall, Lindelof played well. Blind, Smalling. Too many players to name all the individual performances. I'm just saying the standout ones that I've seen today. Lukaku, absolutely fantastic. Such a powerful all-round performance from him up front and an outrageously good goal. So that's 2 goals for him on the pre-season tour. That's what I want to see. Confidence from you, Romelu. Sort of pumping the badge as well. He's a red. He's getting it already. Marcus Rashford played well again. Lingard, probably his most muted performance of the tour so far. I would say the same thing for Mkhitaryan. But just happy with how Man United played. The pre-season is all about team bonding, fitness and getting the sharpness back. We saw some really sexy, fast football again tonight against Manchester City, and that's what I want to see. Let's read through a few of your comments coming through here. Lukaku with competition from Morata. Obviously, Morata's gone to Chelsea. See what goes on there, but what I've seen from Romelu, he's going to score plenty of goals this year. Why not start Lindelof and Bailly together? That's a very good question. Something I want answered as well because I need to see those two together. For me, they are the starting centre-back partnership for Man United next season. We need to see them in action. This is what we want, Manchester in the league. Well done, boys. You know, it's a pre-season game and it's against Man City. So the result for me is not important, but the performance is. And that was a very good performance. What do I think about Mkhitaryan's performance today? He always pitches in with a goal or an assist. He does, but I think, as I said, Mkhitaryan, I think this is his most muted performance today in comparison to how well he has played earlier in the pre-season in the first 2 games. None of you bees back saying, I must admit I was surprised Lukaku didn't take another touch as I thought he'd gone too far wide. Robbo was embarrassing himself by insisting Lukaku is right-footed though. Yeah, MUTV's commentary is pretty painful, anybody who's listening to that. But yeah, it's a good point there. Lukaku could have very easily taken another touch because his header did knock it quite wide. But he didn't. And it was a great, great finish from a very, very acute angle. I'm absolutely delighted with that. Someone there has, Vinny, asking how I rate Fellaini today. It's Fellaini, man. There's not much you can say that we haven't already said. He didn't do anything wrong, but it's Fellaini. I'm sorry, but I don't really want to see him playing for Man United. Jack Brain there saying, well done, lads, and that's from a City fan. You know, fair play, mate. I don't know who your 17-year-old kid was. Fondy? Was that his name? He looked quite sharp. I think most of your players look pretty static. Company looked quite good in defence. But I tell you what, Lukaku caused City all sorts of problems. And Edison looks like Bravo Mark II. Not sure what that is going to mean. Might just be an early indicator. Really impressed with Lingard. Not as much tonight, but on the tour itself, says James Bennison. Thank you for praising Lingard. Lingard deserves praise tonight. As probably the same as Mkhitaryan, Lingard's most muted performance on tour, but he still played well. Lingard, he started all 3 games. Only him and Daley Blind have started all 3 pre-season tour games. Not sure what that means. Maybe it's just Mourinho wants to test them out. But I think Mourinho likes Lingard in the same fashion he liked Willian at Chelsea. Who was my man of the match? Says Yashwanth. Lukaku, I can't look past Lukaku there. You've got to give it to him. He got a fantastic goal, rattled the bar, nearly had 2, had an offside goal disallowed as well. But just his all-round movement, his all-round play, he wanted to receive the ball, he was happy to turn, and just different styles of play we saw from Lukaku all in one performance. That's what we want to see. Any guys and girls who are new to this, make sure you subscribe down there. We're going to be doing lots of these as always. Mr. First, who assisted Lukaku? I think it was Pogba who digged it over the top, but I can't remember. What are my thoughts on Martial today? I think Martial, again, slightly muted in comparison to the first couple of games, but I'm not sure he had that much time. Actually, have half an hour on the pitch. Last half an hour, Man United sort of calmed it down a little bit. It was, I'll tell you what changed in the first half. When Marcus Rashford switched from the left wing to the right wing, City started to get really stretched. That's where he scored his goal from. And that's when Man United really started to get space. So I like the fact that Rashford can switch. I don't want to see Rashford playing out on the left and the right wing too much, to be honest. But maybe he will be playing there. But who is your man of the match? We've got Deke saying Paul Pogba. I'm saying Romelu Lukaku. Comment now with who you think was the man of the match in that game. But building towards the start of the season, a win against LA Galaxy, a much less convincing win against Real Salt Lake, a very, very convincing win against Manchester City, our toughest opposition on the pre-season tour so far. You've got to be happy with that. Now we've got Real Madrid on Sunday, followed by Barcelona. Big games coming up. Looking forward to seeing both of those. Bayer makes anyone playing next to him look so good. So a case can be made for Jose testing out Lindelof. Yeah, that's a fair point there, I suppose. He already knows that Bayer is his main man in defence. Maybe he's just trying to find out another partner for him. Lots of comments coming in here. People saying Pogba for man of the match. Real Pong saying Pogba. All Things Football saying Pogba. Lukaku says Yashwanth, man of the match. He played the ball very well. Another shout for Lukaku there. Lukaku and Pogba, the 2 main names, and let's be honest, they did both run the show. One from midfield and one in attack. Great friends off the pitch, looking like a good partnership on the pitch. Got to go for Lukaku for man of the match. He bossed it, scored an outstanding goal, and he did score an outstanding goal. And it was just an outstanding overall performance from him. He definitely looked a bit shagged towards the end there. After 80 minutes, he couldn't really run that much. But this is the pre-season. It's all about getting that match fitness back. And Man United looked sharp tonight. I really expected us to play good football, because we have been playing quite good football on tour. But we've done it against Manchester City, against tougher, elite-level opposition. And that is important to improve the performances according to who you are playing. And Man United definitely took it up a gear. Nice and intense pressing when we were out of possession, squeezing the space out. And Lukaku finding the runs in behind, and someone like Pogba finding those runs with his passing. I love Pogba. We all know that Pogba's going to have an outrageously good season in comparison to last year. Now that he's settled, now that he's getting into the groove of things, Pogba's just a master of football. He really is. Maybe a master of football's a bit much, but just it's just so elegant to watch, and I love watching him, and I can't wait to see Pogba and Lukaku in the Premier League. I think Mkhitaryan's going to have a cracking season as well. Mkhitaryan, other than that bad pass, thought he was awesome. Hope he plays number 10 most of the season. Says Haraya. Sorry mate, might have got your name wrong there. Think he will play there. He'll also play on the right. He'll switch inside. But overall, very happy with today's game. Man United played very well against Man City. We now go into Real Madrid on Sunday. Morata's not there. That's a shame. Then we've got Barcelona before Sampdoria and Valerenga. And then Real Madrid again in the Super Cup before the season starts. Man United got a lot of games to play. Thank you all for watching the live match reaction. Please go down there and subscribe because it's 5:15 in the morning and I'd rather be in bed. But Man United are playing, so you've got to do a live match reaction, haven't you? Thank you all for watching as always, and always appreciate all of your comments as always. Now, until the Real Madrid game, we'll see you soon, but make sure you check out all the videos we're going to have before then, including the predicted start 11 as always. Take it easy. I've said as always about 9 times. I may as well leave now, as always. Take it easy, everybody.